What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning, once again, Frank Warren. Get this. Frank Warren mocks Anthony Joshua's fight plans. He states that they're trying to keep him alive. Queensberry promoter Frank Warren has mocked Anthony Joshua and his team after they decided to bypass the Tyson Fury fight, call out, and stick to their original plan instead. According to Warren, Fury offered his longtime British rival 60-40 for a September date at Wembley. However, the two-time heavyweight champion has other plans, and he's gearing up to face Deontay Wilder in Saudi Arabia at the end of the year after a fight in August. And in an interview, Frank questioned who Joshua could face, and he said this. He said, if Wilder and Ruiz, weren't available and Joshua is now the number one contender, is he going to turn down the fight? If he doesn't turn down the fight, he will go to pursue bids, and you know what he'll get? 25% or 20% of the purse bid rather than 40% that he has been offered. He's going to do in August. Who is he going to fight in August? Is he going to fight Filip Hrgovic? Of course he's not going to fight Hrgovic, which would be an easy fight anyway. They're going to go and find somebody. They probably scouring the old cemeteries at the moment, looking for someone for him to fight to keep him alive. Those are the words of Frank Warren. Let me counterpunch. Frank's expecting Anthony Joshua to fight a bum. And he's saying he's fighting a bum because they need somebody sustainable enough with a pulse to get in there and lose to Anthony Joshua. I know what they're saying, but understand, that may be the case. I mean, I hope it's not, but I think it's going to be Dillian Whyte. But if Dillian Whyte doesn't take the fight, that more than likely will be the avenue that they take. Someone with low risk, because that they don't want to fuck that Saudi Arabia money up for somebody that it's taken 5 to 6 years in the making to get in the ring, which is Deontay Wilder, right? And I think the same for Wilder. He's not going to fight a huge name anyway. But then what would you expect? Do you think these guys, you think they're going to take somebody like Joyce on or Zhang on or, some dangerous cat on? No. I think they're going to do exactly what Frank thinks they're going to do. And him saying, well, hey, they're just keeping him alive. Yeah, they're keeping him active, if that's what he means. And I believe this is just 100% bitterness coming from Frank. He's talking shite because his fighter now all of a sudden wants to fight Anthony Joshua again, and Joshua's not really paying him no mind. But again, you can't blame Joshua for not paying him no mind based on what happened between the two. I think first things first, I think Deontay Wilder should have pursued Anthony Joshua before the Tyson Fury clash. And I think the same for Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua wanted that fight, but Wilder wanted to pursue Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury called out Deontay Wilder. So I think if anything, if they weren't busy ignoring each other for another opponent, they could have got it on a long time ago, Joshua and Wilder, and I think they're actually taking time to do that. So really, first things first, you have to think about what should have already been versus what they're trying to make happen now. See, Tyson Fury was always a derailment. He was a guy that came out of nowhere. He popped back into the picture, and he did it purposely. Well done, though, for Tyson. Tyson didn't even supposed to be where he's at. Tyson's supposed to got knocked out 3 or 4 rounds 5 years ago against Deontay Wilder, and we might have had a Wilder-Joshua fight by now. Might have. Okay, so because we don't know how those negotiations would have went, because if Wilder would have knocked out Tyson Fury in 2018 in December, you think he would have asked for more money. He would have still asked for 50% because he beat a guy that beat the guy that beat, you know what I mean? So I think it probably would have been that much worse to make. But what would have happened? The same shit. Maybe Joshua, if that fight couldn't have been made, maybe Joshua would have been beat by 2019, which he was eventually against Andy Ruiz. So, it's a lot, that could have happened. But Frank can't get mad because Joshua's, going on with his career. Because again, when the good was getting good, they wanted to do other shit and they thought it was funny. You know, that 2021 deal with the arbitration, that was BS. They could have made that fight, but they didn't. Now they're mad because now the shoe's on the other foot. Now they're angry because now Tyson Fury wants to rehash or reopen negotiations all of a sudden. Tyson being Tyson. And then, Frank Warren's angry because he wants that big opportunity also, because there's no guarantee what happens in Anthony Joshua's career moving forward. You don't know if he might get beat his next fight or knocked out in a Wilder fight. Nobody really knows. But Frank knows if Joshua loses, all that potential for money goes away, and that only leaves him with Alexander Usyk. And if Usyk beats Daniel Dubois, that's going to be the most certain reality, obvious fight for Tyson Fury that he can't stop running away from. And Frank knows that. So Frank is like, hey, let's take the easy way and the more lucrative by getting Joshua's ass in there. Now that Joshua's deciding not to do that, he's ragging on Joshua. You know what I mean? He's blowing his ass down. But then again, he should, because that's what a bitter guy does. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Frank Warren stating that they're just trying to keep Anthony Joshua alive with a pulse. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!